You are watching KAVU 25 News Now weekends at 5:30.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 5:30. I'm Adam Seibel. Governor Abbott is making his second Victoria campaign stop this year on Thursday, October 27th. The event will start at 11:45 a.m. at the Pump House Riverside Restaurant, located at 1201 West Staten Avenue. Early voting in Victoria County starts Monday, that's tomorrow, at the Dr. Patty Dotson Health Center, 2805 North Navarro. Classroom A will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for early voting. Early voting ends Friday, November 4th. The last day to apply for a ballot by mail is Friday, October 28th. Now to the war in Ukraine. More than 6 months after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched an invasion, the two countries remain engaged in a struggle for control of areas throughout the eastern and southern parts of the country. We have 25 News Now reporter Adarius McCormick with more. Adarius?
The latest involving missile attacks. Officials from the Ukrainian Air Force said 33 missiles were fired at the country Saturday and more than half shot down.
Russian forces have reportedly abandoned some positions in the south near the city of Kherson, about 20 miles from the Russian-controlled Kakhovka Dam, which Ukraine says Putin's forces are threatening to blow up. They're giving up on the Kherson region, this Ukrainian serviceman says. They are moving away heavy equipment. You can hear it. Russian authorities urge civilians to leave Kherson immediately because of what they called a tense military situation as Ukrainian forces advance. According to a Russian-appointed official, about 25,000 have already left, fleeing on ferries, buses, and trains. It's calm for now, this woman says, but things are unnerving. Now, Russia is amassing thousands of troops up north in neighboring allied Belarus. Ukrainian troops are preparing for the possibility that Russia could open up a northern front once again. Ukrainian officials say Moscow fired 33 missiles at Ukraine's energy facilities Saturday morning, but they managed to shoot down more than half of them. On Sunday, Russian defense officials acknowledged they are targeting power stations, water supply systems, and other key infrastructure as Ukrainian forces continue to make gains in the east and the south. More than 1 million people across Ukraine are now without power as bitterly cold weather approaches. President Zelensky urging everyone to conserve energy. Meanwhile, on Sunday, British Defense Minister Ben Wallace spoke by phone with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Shoigu. Shoigu alleged Ukraine was planning actions facilitated by Western countries that would escalate the conflict. Wallace refuted those claims and reiterated the international support for Ukraine and a desire to de-escalate this conflict. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
All right, it's time to talk weather on this Sunday night. Let's check in with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Howie Gordon to see what the rest of your week will look like. Howie, you mentioned a cool down last week, and I've got to say it's been pretty pleasant out there.
We did start warming up though, Adam, but you know what? There's another cold front headed our way. We're going to see another cool down, and we're going to see some showers. But let's get into our temperatures. Yeah, very much on the warm side, above average by at least 5 to 6 degrees. Now, if you notice out there, that's right, getting on the breezy side. Boundaries getting close, all that talking. Yeah, we're seeing some good winds here in the Crossroads. Probably our most significant wind we've had, even surpassing what we had last week. We're seeing a bunch of 30s in there, 25, 28 mile per hour wind gusts. Tonight, into the 70s. Winds will calm down a little. They'll pick up again tomorrow, and then looking to tomorrow, 74. This is overnight, mostly cloudy, still on that breezy side, but rain chances increase as well as a cool down coming up very, very soon. We'll talk all about it, Adam.
All right, thanks, Howie. We'll check back with him in just a little bit. Scientists worried that there may be a surge in COVID cases this winter as new variants spread in Europe and Asia.
For several weeks, experts have noticed a peak in COVID cases both in Europe and Asia, the majority pointing to variants XBB and BQ1. Scientists in the U.S. believe that's our warning sign.
XBB has been spreading really rapidly in Singapore, for example, where it's overtaken BA5, and they're both of high concern because they're highly transmissible.
The CDC is already attributing 5.7% of cases in the U.S. to the BQ1 variant and 47 sequences to XBB, according to data from an international research organization that tracks these variants. But what makes them different from other strains? Gladstone Institute's Nadia Rohn explains.
They've mutated their surface protein in a way so that the antibodies elicited by either prior infection or by vaccination, that they don't work as well essentially against them. And so that's why they're so highly transmissible.
Now, what's their impact locally? According to the CDC, 5.2% of cases in California are BQ1. And in our wastewater here in the Bay Area, Stanford researchers found both.
We will almost definitely have a winter surge. The question is, how bad will it be?
UCSF's infectious diseases specialist Dr. Monica Gandhi believes we will see more cases in the U.S., but she is hopeful.
So I would look to the UK. The Ice Age just put out some data that we saw cases go up about 4 weeks ago, come down, not very high of cases, severe disease, hospitalizations remained flat.
What's your projection? How will the next COVID-19 wave look like here?
I think that we're going to see increased cases, meaning mild infections. Right now, we're at a COVID lull. Right now, we're getting more influenza and respiratory syncytial virus. Then COVID will take on the role of causing mild infections. But I do not anticipate that our hospitalizations will go up.
That story leads us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Are you worried about a winter surge in COVID cases? Let's take a look at these results here. It looks like 29% say yes, you're worried about a winter surge in those COVID cases, and 71% say no. We want to hear from you, and we thank you for voting. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. In just over a week's time, Brazilians will choose their next president, and the outcome could decide the future of the Amazon rainforest. Current president, President Jair Bolsonaro, believes the rainforest should be exploited for economic gain. His opponent, Lula da Silva, has put its conservation at the heart of his campaign. Caught in the middle are the residents of small indigenous villages who are seeing their livelihoods and their homes threatened with devastation. In 2021 alone, 4.8 million acres of the Amazon rainforest were lost. A Palestinian militant group accused Israel on Sunday of killing one of its top fighters in a targeted attack deep inside a West Bank city, promising to unleash a fierce response. The Den of Lions, which is a group of young Palestinians that was formed out of frustration and disillusionment with the Palestinian leadership and its tight security ties with Israel, said Tamir al-Kilan was killed when an explosive device planted on a motorcycle exploded as he walked by. The Israeli military declined to comment. The military has been conducting nightly raids in the occupied West Bank since the spring in what it says is a bid to dismantle militant networks and thwart attacks. More than 120 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli-Palestinian fighting in the West Bank and East Jerusalem this year, making this year the deadliest since 2015. Grab your cell phone, scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the free Crossroads Today app, where you can watch us anytime, anywhere, and get breaking news alerts and vote in those viewer polls. You can also learn about our ongoing contest and submit news tips, videos, and photos. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 5:30. Authorities are searching for answers after a shooting at a medical center in Dallas leaves 2 hospital employees dead.
A boundary is going to trigger showers and cooler air. We'll talk all about it.
Tune in every Wednesday morning during News Center 25 at sunrise to get the latest health, beauty, and wellness guidance from our local expert, Dr. Nee Lay, designed to keep your body healthy and your mind aware of the latest technologies and treatments for a healthier you.
Come out and support our veterans at the Veterans Day Parade on November 11th starting at 10 a.m. in downtown Victoria. Participants in the parade have until October 31st to submit their entry forms. Show your appreciation for all our veterans at the Veterans Day Parade on November 11th.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way.
Choose in-stock or custom order select Ford vehicles and lock in $3,900 for $60, plus $500 cash, plus complimentary maintenance. See your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Andy, Diego, and I have been faithfully taking care of your foundation needs in South Texas for many years. That's why USA Foundation Repair is your recommended Home Pro contractor. We go the extra mile. Our friendly staff will help you set appointments that fit your schedule. They'll handle your warranties and permits and get you the best customer service. Call your recommended Home Pro contractor. USA Foundation Repair, your slab and pier and beam specialist.
When a storm hits, vital items and preparations can keep you safe. Turn off the gas at each pipeline. Anchor any fuel tanks in case pipes break. Bring in outdoor items that could pose a hazard. When evacuating, take the essentials like a first aid kit, flashlights, batteries, blankets, and pillows. Remember to refill your prescriptions and take important documents. Cash and a phone charger will keep you prepared on the road. For all your essential information, stay connected on all our Crossroads Today platforms. Stay prepared and stay safe.
Now to those terrifying moments inside a Dallas hospital. 2 people killed, including a nurse, when a gunman opened fire. The suspect was wounded.
This morning, authorities are searching for answers after a shooting at a medical center in Dallas left 2 hospital employees dead.
My dad was calling. He said, get back in your car and get as far away from the hospital as you can.
First responders racing to the scene around 11 a.m. Saturday after reports of gunfire.
Yelling and screaming and crying. I was asking her to calm down, what's going on, and she told me that there's an active shooter on their floor.
Eddie Smith's wife and daughter work in the labor and delivery area. He says he was frantically trying to get to his family.
I'm pretty sure that I ran a few lights and going through traffic trying to get her. My wife and my daughter, they made it through, which was a blessing.
Police say an officer shot and injured the alleged gunman before taking him into custody. That suspect, now identified as 30-year-old Nestor Hernandez. Authorities say he was out on parole for aggravated robbery and was wearing an ankle monitor when he was arrested. In a statement, the hospital saying the suspect was detained, stabilized, and taken to another local hospital, adding that the Methodist Health System family is heartbroken at the loss of 2 of our beloved team members.
And our affiliate WFAA says that they spoke to friends of the victim. They say she was a nurse and the kind of person who always helped everybody. At this point, it is still unclear what led up to that shooting. Elwin Lopez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Former President Donald Trump held a rally in Robstown last night. During his speech, Trump talked about the January 6th riot on the U.S. Capitol, blaming Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi for not bringing in the military to secure the building before his planned rally. He also talked about the investigations that are centered around him, saying, quote, "They got nothing," end quote. And Trump also hinted at a future run for the presidency. A teenager is dead and at least 9 others were injured after a multi-vehicle crash in northwest Los Angeles Saturday evening. Authorities believe speed may have been a factor in the crash, which happened just before 6 p.m. in the area of Porter Ranch. The LA Fire Department said at least 3 vehicles were involved in a collision. The driver of a black Honda CR-V with 4 passengers crossed into oncoming traffic, hitting 2 other cars. In one car was an adult with 2 child. A 30-year-old woman was in the second vehicle. A 17-year-old male was trapped in the wreckage and died at the scene. Officials said of the other 9 people were transported to hospitals, 6 in critical condition and 3 others in fair. 1 person is dead and 7 more are injured following a shooting in a West Phoenix neighborhood on Sunday. There are not many details at the time on this shooting, but initial reports said that multiple people had been injured and roads were closed in the area. Police confirmed a total of 8 people were shot. 1 person died of their injuries at the hospital, and 1 victim, a teenager, was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is ongoing. Toronto's airport was evacuated today after a potential explosive device was spotted by airport security. Operations were suspended and passengers were evacuated from the terminal at Billy Bishop Airport as police and explosives removal team responded to the scene. Police say 2 people have been detained for questioning concerning the incident and are said to be cooperating with officials. The suspicious package was located on a bike near the ferry terminal and has since been removed. However, the runway at the airport remains closed. No details have been released concerning the contents of that suspicious item. For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Strain will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Boundaries headed our way, going to trigger some showers and then cooler air moving in behind the front. We'll talk all about it.
Why is DQ bringing back this tasty duo? Because y'all wanted cheese. Cheese. It's the return of cheesy steak fingers, stuffed with melty pepper jack and served with ranch or gravy. And the one and only Cheesy Dude, cheese stuffed and chicken fried to perfection.
Dude.
2 DQ originals, only for a limited time, from nobody but DQ.
That's what I like about Texas.
It's a parent's worst nightmare. My son Diego was murdered. The county released the gunman on bond. He violated it 37 times, then shot another person. Why did the county even let my son's murderer out of jail? Beto O'Rourke favors easy bail. Just release criminals back on the streets. That's the same policy that let my son's killer run free. If Beto O'Rourke is elected governor, there'll be more violence and more victims.
Why are we here?
To extradite the fleeing suspect. There he is, right there. Catch your breath, because you're under arrest.
The op is compromised. Local PD set us up.
I'm Dr. Sean Murphy. I'm an attending.
Meet our new first years.
Newbies. Don't call them that.
My job is to mentor and teach you how to be a good doctor.
The Good Doctor, new Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Responsible Texans want responsible judges who follow the law. We pay our taxes. Judicial candidate Aaron Pena doesn't. He owes the IRS over $44,000. We buy car insurance. Aaron Pena's gotten 3 tickets for driving with no insurance, even while running for judge. And as a lawyer, Aaron Pena was reprimanded for professional misconduct and suspended from practicing law 6 times. If you want a responsible judge who follows the law, that's not Aaron Pena.
We'll start off on the beach. What a better place to start out there in Port Lavaca. Ooh, but look at this. We saw crystal blue skies for days again, but now we're starting to cloud up. Moisture moving into the area. Looking at a changing once again with our weather. It happens all the time. 91 degrees today, more than 10, or right around 10 degrees above average as I correct my math. Nothing though in the way of rainfall. That's going to change. That temperature is going to change as well. But here we are sitting about 547 on the coast, low 80s away from the coast, mid to upper 80s, way away from the coast, low to mid 80s. So again, pretty much in the 80s across the viewing area after warming today into the 90s. We got knocked down a few days ago with that boundary, 40s overnight. 70s a day. We've warmed up and rebounded, but we're gonna go down again, and we're gonna talk about it. Here's our dew points. So right now, yes, this is back to the dew points we really don't enjoy around here in the 60s and the 70s. We got knocked down into the 30s and 40s, some days in the 20s a few days ago. Felt absolutely beautiful, but now back to warmer times. And again, I kept talking about winds. Hey, we haven't had significant winds in 3-4 weeks. Then we had some the other day. We were gusting away. Now, very gusty around the area. We have boundaries pushing our way. We have some fronts or some high pressure moving off. All that pulling and tugging, that's right. Look where we're at here. Very much on the breezy side. Nothing we're not accustomed to here, living on the water here in South Texas. Again, we've had stronger winds. This feels kind of good, though. I like these breezes. But yeah, whipping away 25, 30-mile-per-hour winds in Victoria. Pretty strong winds. We're seeing sustained 25, gusting to 30-plus here in Victoria. It's a little breezy. Maybe your hat, hold on to that hat, could take off on you. So here's what we're anticipating. Here's what we've been tracking now. Another boundary headed our way, high pressure moving off. We have systems and moisture pushing in from the Gulf, and this is what we're looking at. That's right. We can see some showers for Monday and into Tuesday, Monday night into Tuesday. As this boundary heads our way, that's right, we are looking at cooler air pushing down behind the boundary. So early, maybe early Tuesday potentially, yeah, we can see that boundary push through, trigger some showers, and then cooler air moving in behind the front. Let's look at it right here. Here's our future tracker. Okay, scattered showers. Here comes that boundary. Look at it. But it goes away. And then, yeah, we're headed to drier times once again. Cooler times with sunshine. But then the sun will gradually warm us up once again. Here's our marine forecast. 77 for our water. Seas 6 to 8, occasionally up to 9 feet. Look at these winds, gusting to 30 knots. That is small craft advisory criteria and then some. So, yes, be very, very careful on the waterways, whether you're swimming, boating, whatever. Yeah, small craft advisory. So overnight, dropping down to 74, above average and warm, still on that breezy side. These winds might calm down a little overnight, but they're going to pick up again for tomorrow. Here's where we're going. 82 degrees Winds gusting to 20 miles per hour, mostly cloudy. So our sun's taking off on us for a couple days, but it will be back. Here's what we're looking at for Cuero. Okay, looking at showers for Monday, 40% chance. Then that boundary comes through, and then we dry off, and then we slowly start to warm up again. But hey, look at some of these other days. Then we got more disturbances pushing in later in the week. That's going to knock us down again. So our little roller coaster ride, similar to last winter, that's taking place here in the middle of the fall. Here's Port Lavaca. Okay, seeing, look at this, 80% chance of rain for Tuesday. We dry off, we get rain again, and looking ahead to Victoria, here is what we got. Looking at some showers, cooler times. The sun comes out and warms us back up. And then we got some rain chances again for Friday Night Football. We'll get to that in a second. But first, for more weather news and sports, you can go to the app. It's at crossroadstoday.com. It is free with any Android and iPhone. Might be a wet one for you on Friday, Zach.
Thanks, Howie. Coming up on 25 Sports now, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys take on the Detroit Lions.
Y'all call, I haul. Our 5-star rated moving and junk removal team is dedicated to offer the best customer service and protection for all your valuables. We offer local moving, long distance moving, labor only moving, apartment moving, and junk removal. No matter the load, our team will take care of all your needs and do all the heavy lifting. Y'all call 361-541-6858. I haul. Simple booking process, licensed and insured.
The 2023 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Sextortion scams are on the rise.
It's called sextortion.
He said, if you do not do what I say, I will ruin your life.
The guys didn't stop with just taking nudes of the kids.
They wanted me to cut my legs on camera.
They were like, get on webcam with me right now, or I'm gonna send this to literally everybody you know.
You think your child might not be a victim? They can be right now. All new Dr. Phil.
Texas, now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition, or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport, both rated 2022 IIHS top safety picks, and both designed to give you greater confidence. Choose in-stock or custom order select Ford SUVs and lock in $3,900 for $60 plus $500 cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Good evening, Crossroads. An action-packed college football Saturday starting with the Texas Longhorns and Longhorns fans. What happened? It was all Texas early on, but Oklahoma State would come roaring all the way back at one point, down by as much as 14 in this game. This play right here, a poor job of tackling with the game tied at 34, allowing Oklahoma State to score. They would go up 41-34. The final score would be 41-34, a gut-wrenching game in that tight Big 12 race. And the leader of that Big 12 conference, number 7 TCU, taking on Kansas State. After striking first, TCU getting slaughtered at home, but they would come marching back, cutting into the deficit just before the half. TCU's defense really turning it on, keeping them in it to give them a chance, and they would capitalize. Kansas State scored 28 in the first half and wouldn't score again. TCU is victorious. And this is going to sound a little odd, but the 6th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide took on number 24 Mississippi State. This game after being upset by Tennessee. Bryce Young here showing you why he could be the number 1 pick in next year's draft, scrambling and then firing off a strike to get the scoring started. Alabama's defense would take it from there, not allowing a score until the very last play of the game. Roll Tide victorious 30-6. The University of Houston beat Navy. Texas A&M also isn't doing too well. I'm sure they can't wait for Shiner's Dalton Brooks next year. They need the help. And after starting white hot, Kansas now 5-3, falling to Baylor. And in Darius McCormick's Southern Miss Golden Eagles beat Gino Perez's Texas State Bobcats. Well, Bailey Zappi has been under center for the New England Patriots for the last few weeks, become the first rookie quarterback to win his first 2 starts and have a quarterback rating of 100 or higher. That could change tomorrow. No official word just yet, but Mac Jones is the expected starter over Zappe. We will keep you updated on that situation. And how about them Cowboys? Dak Prescott says, what quarterback controversy? Dallas pulled away late against the Detroit Lions this afternoon. Maybe a little rust at first, but Dak Prescott, first touchdown pass of the year. Pretty good day at the office. 19 of 25 for 207. Like I said, the 1 touchdown pass, no picks. Cowboy Nation, is your love affair with Cooper Rush over yet? Which brings us to our viewer poll. As we mentioned, Dak Prescott, solid, but not great, maybe still shaking off some rust. So here's your viewer poll. Are you pleased with Dak Prescott's return, yes or no? We want to hear from you. Now, from the gridiron to the baseball diamond, Phillies, Padres, Game 5. Philadelphia looking to secure the pennant in the National League. They won a very wild one yesterday, but how's this for wild? Down 1 in the 9th. Bryce Harper unloads and gives Philly the lead. Talk about clutch. That would be all for the scoring. Philly advances and is looking to win their first title since 08 when closer Brad Lidge was perfect for them. Astros fans remember that name very well. And speaking of perfect and the Astros, they have yet to lose a game this postseason. They were getting ready for a 6:07 first pitch in Game 4 of their series. No word yet on the official game time, but it won't start on time. Astros Twitter says an update will be provided at 7 p.m. Houston looking to sweep New York in advance to yet another World Series. On the mound for Houston, Lance McCullers looking to close things out. Yankees fans, their spirits are low. Resale tickets for today's game were seen as low as $18. Adam, I don't have a lot of money, but I could afford an $18 ticket.
For that, it sounds like a good deal. Thanks, Zach. Coming up, thousands of people attended the 15th edition of the Zombie Walk in Mexico City.
Jamie Foxx was turned away at Cardi B's birthday party? Was this doorman's name Ray Charles? Monday, music icon Dionne Warwick.
Border security, energy independence, fiscal responsibility. Vote Republican. Calhoun County Republican Party responsible for the content of this message.
Got a big day ahead of us. Be safe out there. Get it.
Police, stop!
First day as a training officer.
I don't want to mess anything up.
Oh, but you will.
Do you have feelings for Lucy?
No.
You're a good cop and you know how to do the job.
You know, just once, I'd love a quiet, kitten in a tree kind of day.
Do you know an outstanding athlete in your area? Go to crossroadstoday.com and submit your nomination for the Athlete of the Week, which is brought to you by Pepsi Cola. Then tune in to 25 News Now on Thursdays 6 p.m. news and Fridays 6 a.m. news to see who will be Pepsi's Athlete of the Week. Support local athletics and submit your Athlete of the Week on crossroadstoday.com for any athlete in the Crossroads area. Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Pepsi Cola, the preferred partner of local athletes. The free 2022 Hurricane Tracking Guides are here. Each guide has critical information to protect you and your family before and after the storm. The 25 News Now Hurricane Tracking Guides are brought to you by these sponsors: Full Pep, El Campo Cycle Center, Palace Bingo, Seguin RV, Oak Creek Homes, and Bravo Honda. You can get your up-to-date coordinates to track the storm every day on crossroadstoday.com or from the 25 News Now Storm Team. Download the free Crossroads Today app and get your weather now.
It's a zombie walk in Mexico City. Doused in fake blood and wearing torn clothing and masks, the participants marched again after a 3-year hiatus because of the pandemic, marking the 15th anniversary of the parade. Wow, look at those costumes. The organizers chose the traditional Mexican quinceañera birthday celebrations as the theme for this edition, and the organizers asked walkers to bring food to donate to the Global Food Banking Network. It's pretty cool, Howie. I like seeing people getting in the Halloween spirit, dressing up.
How do they decipher between the real zombies and the fake ones, Adam?
It's the best time for them to kind of make their appearance.
Yeah, they're coming out, man. Spooky, spooky. Really, really cool. Let's take one last look at our weather. So 77 for the water temperature, but look at these winds whipping around. Seas 6 to 8, occasionally up to 8 or 9 feet. Bays on the choppy side, small craft advisory. Be careful. Overnight 74, and then for tomorrow 82. Breezy looking ahead. Ooh, we're going to cool down with some rain. Adam.
All right, thanks, Howie. And thank you for joining us. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on Crossroads Today Plus. Have a great week, everyone.